Hi, my name is Macy Torres, and I wanted to take a moment to discuss a video that someone just sent me. And thank you so much for sending me that video. So, it was about a young man that uh, undeniably knew that his dad had murdered his mom, and he did everything possible to ensure that his father was discovered for killing his mother. He talks about what he had to do to be able to get over trauma. And I firmly believe getting over trauma does exist. So I want to make that very clear. What I did find very interesting about the video is that he talks about, well, once you get there, once you know the answers to your questions, have you reached a place where you can get over trauma? No, perhaps not. I firmly believe that every person has to walk their own path, and it's not always as conventional as people think it may be. So for him, he went out and did a film based on his story, a documentary, and even then. And I think that getting over trauma and being a trauma coach really helps him to help other people. And that's an amazing portion to it, is really how do you change somebody else's life. Initially for me, what was important is how do I change my children's lives? How do I make their lives better? And I have tried everything under my power to ensure that I could give them that life. I think that people don't understand that every person has their own story, their own journey. And the one thing that I think helped me along the way is having nuggets of love from people. Nuggets of care from people. And I think the difference was is people were willing to love me the way that I needed to be loved. So I'm gonna start with my grandfather. He definitely took the place of being my dad, and he helped me through the process, and still to this day is somebody that I admire and love, and he's truly my partner in life. But there was many other people, and there are certainly people that are very special to me for taking the time to allow me to grow. Because if you ask me, most people would say, oh, but you look good. And I would say to you, I have more wounds than any human being should carry. Though I've come a long way. I think that we need to understand what power and control is. We need to understand what domestic abuse is and where it can lead. Yes, I'm alive by the grace of God. But some people were not that lucky, like this gentleman's mother who passed away. And then he talks about narcissism, and he talks about sociopathy and psychopathy. And it's really important to understand the difference in between all of these and not just use them interchangeably either. When you're dealing with someone, you have to live with eyes wide open. You have to understand who they are. And that doesn't mean you can't love someone that has this or that or yay or nay. That just means that you know what you're getting into. I was a kid, so it was hard for me to discern things because I did not have the capacity to be able to explain what I was living through. In fact, I remember talking to my primary care doctor and saying, but there's something wrong here. Can I bring him, and then maybe you can tell me what is wrong? But of course, no doctor's gonna do that. That was my ignorance talking, my cries out for help. Something is wrong here and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what to call it or how to get help. And so at the end of the day, Yes, it took me years, many years. It took me many years. Do I wish that I could have resolved this sooner and maybe my life would have turned out a little bit different? Yes, but unfortunately, this is where I am. And it's about the journey. How did I get from point A to point Z? How did I survive? I'll tell you how I survived. I survived because of the love of my children. I love my children so much that I would have endured anything for them. I would have literally gone to the ends of earth for them. I survived because my grandfather loved me so much, and I felt his love so deeply that I didn't want to let him down. I survived because there was an amazing human being that took his time to allow me some level of growth. I survived because I have a surrogacy and family, and those people help me through. So family doesn't have to be those people who are related by blood, but surrogacy is really important when you're going through trauma. I survived. So it's about the journey, not the end goal. And when you do get there, you want to be able to feel the satisfaction that you got some level of vindication. Because in reality, justice may not exist for all of us. That doesn't mean you should stop striving for it. So please understand, I'm not saying that. In the meantime, I want you to know that I want you to live your best life. And that I too want that for myself and for my children and for my family and for my friends. And that if you are going through something, if you're suffering, if you're not sure what to call it, not sure why this is happening or how it's coming about or what do you name this, it's important for you to really discern, reach out, talk to people, ask questions, be inquisitive. There is no wrong question here, only the journey. Thank you.